Even though there are countless reasons why being rich is the best thing ever, one of the most important ones is you'll never need to wait in those draining queues on airplane flights because you can afford one for yourself. So now let's see how it actually looks inside the exclusive world of a billionaire airplane pilot. If you want to see how a jet-setting life of a private corporate pilot looks like and all the roles they have to cover, stay with us, and you'll find out everything in detail. On top of that, we are going to explore how the training of becoming a pilot for the rich looks like, and how much that actually costs. Plus, we are about to find out how much money the pilots bring in with their skills, so let's jump into it. A private pilot and a commercial airline pilot have many crossovers when we talk about their obligations. What is different is just that the private pilot has many other extra obligations to cover, and usually they are the sole crew on the plane. They even need to clean the cabin on their own because they are the only ones responsible for it. Also, there is one example when the unnamed actor was flying with the kids and they drew the whole interior and due to that received a bill of $250,000. But they refused to pay, and there was a story with one CEO and his family members that made a mess in the plane by covering it with mud and weird pizza sauce, which resulted in the cleaning bill of $2,100. The pilots also need to have great interaction with their passengers. More than a regular announcement, the private pilots need to greet the passengers, and with that said, they must have great customer service skills to do this job. They absolutely need to take care of everything around the plane and flight. They have to store the luggage and are completely responsible for their safety. The cabin crew is usually dealing with the cockpit of the plane, which is close enough to them so they can also expect their passengers to have conversations with them during the flight. Usually there are two pilots in the plane, the actual captain and the co-pilot, but also there are planes that require only one pilot to operate with it. There are so many things a pilot needs to do. For example, he needs to be 1 hour earlier at the airport before the guests arrive, and he also needs to order fuel, choose the catering, complete the flight plan, and many other responsibilities. Compared to other airplane pilots, they must also take a look at their equipment, fuel, and of course, they can't exclude that while the passengers are on board and wait for the plane to take off. Unlike the private pilots. The private pilots need to take full responsibility when taking this job because they must sometimes work even on holidays like Christmas. Plus, they are expected to live close to the airports from where their client has decided to fly. And believe it or not, private aircraft can sometimes work even 14 hours a day, but still, they also have huge benefits and find it they are more relaxed from their previous airline work. If you thought about getting your own private plane only for your needs, then you should be aware that it will cost you a fortune. Only for charter, it can cost you from $1,200 to $10,000 per hour. Of course, that's not the fixated price. The price can go even higher depending on the plane, the flight, and also the additional features you are going to choose for your comfy flight. And if you want to buy one, then you know the drill. They can cost you from $2 to $10 million, and if you want even something more lavish than that, for example, the Bombardier Global 5000 can cost you a whopping $22 million. Paul Jebley, who helps the clients around buying planes, admitted that his clients spent $200 million in only 1 month. How crazy is that? On top of that, even though you buy the plane, the expenses don't stop there. If unfortunately your jet tire blows, it can cost you from $2,000 to $3,000 just to replace it. And even without unfortunate situations, the regular annual costs that come with possessing these types of jets can be between $500,000 to $1 million. And now let's see the things in detail. To be a private pilot is one of the greatest tasks ever. First of all, you must have proper training and your own licenses. In 2017, the private pilot Arnold Gerald Leto III was flying with the passengers without having the proper license for not 1, but 2 years straight. He got caught and was sentenced to federal prison for 10 months, and on top of that had to pay $5,500. So if you want to work as a private airplane pilot, don't be lazy and go get that proper license not to end up like this poor man. It is for sure to go through that training and get the license than to pay 10 times more if you just take the risk and fly without it. That training is very expensive, and a lot of the pilots are first participating in the Air Force to gain the training certification and the bachelor's degree. And after all, after the service, they can venture into the public sector. But there are the ones who want to learn aside from the military. In that case, the best path is to take flight school, and there are also a variety of courses from where you can choose what type of pilot you are to become. So it's not easy at all to become a great pilot, and even though it is one of the most paid jobs in the world, it takes an enormous amount of learning, work, dedication to master the skills, and then after that, you can feel ready to take your first flight. Now, we are going to be focusing on how to become and what it actually is like to be a corporate private pilot. Before they decide to go to school for this type of profession, some of them ask for the prospective pilots to be taking an introductory flight course, which actually costs around $250 in the US. After that, they take a medical certificate approved by the FAA, even though it is not mature. It is an advantage to take a student pilot certificate, which can cost you around $200, and after that, when you pass that process, you can start the flight school. If you choose to become a commercial pilot, you must log 250 hours overall in the air. The company ATP Flight School is offering full packages for those who are about to become a commercial pilot. One of those programs is also the Airline Career Pilot Program that comes with a 9-month course that is about to cost you $83,995, and in addition, there is another 100-plus multi-engine that is at the price of $93,995. Both programs have their own exam tests, for example, the very important FAA license, which can also add $8,200. Nevertheless, both courses separately include an airline transport pilot certification program, which is one of the most important things required if you decide to work as a pilot. If you consider them all together for all the courses and training is calculated, the cost is $25,000 minimum. But that's only if you finish everything on time, which is rare due to the fact that it could take you years and years to log the needed hours if not participating in the flight school day after day, and in that case, the price can easily go up to $100,000. In Europe, the price is in a similar way, where in the UK, one private corporate pilot has said that regular training can be around £80,000 or also $111,000. And if you want to precisely choose which planes you are looking for, the course can cost you plus £35,000 or also $49,000. So with that said, one average corporate pilot can bring around $80,000 per year in the USA. And some pilots for the Gulfstream G650 are known to make $198,000 per year. Of course, that they don't take regular salary, but they are also paid per hour. So typically they spend around 150 hours in the air per month. Those pilots are paid an annual salary, and they are known to work around 240 hours per month. So with that said, they are gaining from $140,000 to $260,000 per year in the USA. So based on the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, the typical salary per year for a private commercial was $93,300, and the lowest number, which is 10% of them, is less than $47,570 per year, while the other 10% gained the highest numbers of $200,920 per year. It was also stated that the employment of private pilots is going to grow by 9% from 2019. And if you were wondering, in France, a co-pilot makes between 4,000 euros to 11,000 euros, or also $4,800 to $13,000, which calculated yearly is around 48,000 to 132,000 euros, or also $58,000 to $159,000. And at the same time, the captain can earn around 18,500 euros, or also $22,000 per month, which calculated per year is around 222,000 euros, or also $268,000. In the UK, based on the industry experts' statements, the co-pilot for a private corporate plane earns up to £25,000 or $35,000 per year, while the captain of the plane can have £60,000 to £100,000 or also $83,000 to $139,000, and they get paid even more after the private pilot hits 500 hours of flight. Even though this job requires huge dedication, patience, very expensive training, and schooling, in the end absolutely pays off due to the tremendous salaries these airplane pilots gain, which we covered in this video. On a related note, we wanted to know which part of the video was the best part. You can let us know in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.